All right, welcome back, Fast Willie fans. Yes, that is right. I'm gonna get these Pop-Tarts cooking. We are gonna start off with a frosted chocolate chip Pop-Tart. It is 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, and you are here to watch me eat Pop-Tarts, so you know what time it must be. Yes, it is Pop-Tart o'clock, coming to you live from Pop-Tart Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, what I'm doing is a 28-day challenge where I fast for 81 hours at a time, and then on the 4th day, I eat 10,000 calories. Right now, I'm doing the 4th Poptart Mukbang, where I break my fast by eating 5 packs of Pop-Tarts live on camera. I will tell you how they taste, I'll tell you if I like them, and then at the end, we're gonna rank all the Pop-Tarts. This will be the last round of new Pop-Tart flavors. I have 5 all new flavors again for the 4th and final time. After this, we'll be moving on to the Pop-Tart playoffs, where we will have matches of Pop-Tart versus Pop-Tart, and in the end, we will crown one Pop-Tart winner. Megan says, yum. What do you do with the open boxes of Pop-Tarts from the past mukbangs? That is a great question, Megan. Right now, they're all currently sitting about 2 feet that way from where you can see. My plan is, if possible, I have a big intersection down the street from me where there are some homeless people. If they will accept my Pop-Tarts, I will give them all of the Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tart Studio, I think you need a banner for your room there. I might need a banner. We're gonna see where the Pop-Tarts go. I have another challenge coming up after this challenge that does not include Pop-Tarts. So we might swing back around to Pop-Tarts way in the future. Oh, our first Pop-Tarts are up. All right, we have a frosted chocolate chip Pop-Tart. Now, I don't know why they call this frosted. It has a little bit of like a swizzle on it, but I wouldn't consider that to be frosted. I don't know. That is the sweetest thing I've ever heard you say. What, that they should be called frosted? Or shouldn't be called frosted? All right. Diving straight into these. I like these. They have just like a chocolate center. Like it's supposed to be some kind of chocolate chip cookie. It's pretty good. If you've been following along, you know that I've been leaning more towards the chocolate flavors than towards the fruity flavors, except for cookies and cream. But this chocolate chip one, pretty good. And Bev wants to have a Pop-Tart party. We can have a Pop-Tart party. All right, I'm liking these. I'm gonna get the next ones in. We're gonna try to go fast this time. Oh, by the way, Brenda told me after the last one, you're not using my phone anymore for this. She was wrong, because I'm using her phone right now, baby. Hopefully for the next one, I'll have a better setup for myself and I won't have to annoy her and use her phone. All right. All right. If you're watching this, I want to invite all of you. If you want exclusive pictures of me eating Pop-Tarts in my underwear, please go to the Fast Willie OnlyFans and sign up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you don't want me to have to sell pictures of myself eating Pop-Tarts in my underwear, please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Every subscription helps me get to a point where I don't need to sell my body eating Pop-Tarts on the internet. Thank you. If you don't know what an OnlyFans is and you're working right now, Google it after work. This is solid. It's solid. It doesn't need the icing. I was like, oh, I want the icing. But I don't think it needs the icing, so I'm gonna give it a solid rating. We'll see where it's at the end of this. Alright. Listen, we're all learning something new through this whole Pop-Tart experience. And I've been getting some feedback, most of it positive. But I have had a little bit of negative feedback. And it is that I'm frosting, or that I'm toasting all of my Pop-Tarts. I didn't know that there was toaster discrimination when it comes to Pop-Tarts, but what I've learned is maybe some Pop-Tarts aren't supposed to be toasted. Specifically, my friend Dan comments, stop toasting the fruit flavors. Is this a thing? Is this a thing that you guys abide by? Chocolate flavors and like dessert flavors, toaster, fruit flavors, not toasted? So I asked, do all Pop-Tarts belong in the toaster? Megan wants to know, how was your fasting cycle? My fasting, it keeps getting easier. I kept myself busy. All right, here we go. Unfrosted, untoasted, frosted raspberry Pop-Tart. My first fruit flavor of the day. All right. This one's a lot harder than the last one I had. That last one, even though I toasted it, it came out very, very like floppy. Toast them all. Chris says freeze hot fudge sundae. I froze a chocolate fudge in the second mukbang. Maybe I'll have to freeze a hot fudge sundae. If you remind me when we get to the playoffs, I'll give it a chance. They are all better toasted. So I've gotten 3 responses, all better toasted. I have to say, this raspberry one is pretty good for a fruit flavor. I didn't have high expectations for the flavors coming in today. It was kind of like the first mukbang, I had high expectations. Second one, I had low expectations, but the s'mores one was awesome. Last time I kind of had higher expectations and they were all just kind of eh. This one I have low expectations, and both of the first 2 Pop-Tarts were pretty good. They are the best in the skillet. Heat just one side and warm inside. What flavor, Ryan? All flavors in the skillet? I've never had a skillet Pop-Tart. You do like cast iron or non-stick? We all want to know. We all want to know. Any Pop-Tart he says. I don't know. Alright. I want to hit on a question that was given to me based off of what I was saying last week. And this question came in from a Fast Willie fan. He said, do all sweeteners in diet soda affect insulin? I've heard some, like erythritol, do not affect insulin or blood sugar. This is a really important question. And I left the last one off on saying, I don't know everything about it. I avoid diet sodas when I'm fasting because I don't want to increase my insulin. But to answer your question, you asked about insulin and blood sugar, and those two aren't always correlated. Insulin can be secreted without the presence of blood sugar. And to understand the blood sugar, you have to understand a food's glycemic index. So sugar has a glycemic index of 60. Basically what glycemic index is, it's a measurement of how food affects your blood sugar, how quickly it makes your blood sugar rise, and to what level it rises to. So sugar has a glycemic index of 65, and erythritol has a glycemic index of 0. So it's not going to make your blood sugar rise. Insulin is a different story though. Insulin is a hormone, and hormones can be released for many different reasons, not just what food you're putting in your body at this specific time. And with erythritol, which was specifically asked in this question, erythritol is a fairly new phenomenon that like gained a lot of got a lot of steam rolling on how much it was being used when keto started to blow up about 4 years ago. It has been a thing, but I'm just saying the popularity of it has increased. So we don't have a lot of good studies on erythritol. We don't have a lot of good studies on stevia, and that's been around like popular for 8 or 10 years now. So it'll be a while before we really know that. But some people believe that the taste of sweetness going into your body starts you to release hormones that think that you're getting some type of sweet food that is going to make your blood sugar rise. So if your body thinks that you're getting sweetness into your digestion, then it's going to say, oh, sweetness, carbohydrates, it's time to release insulin so we can get these carbs into the cells. So it's possible that you can put erythritol into your body or stevia. I'm not sure the glycemic index on stevia, but it's possible you could be putting low-calorie sweeteners into your body, and they're not increasing blood sugar, but they are increasing insulin. And why that's a problem is because we secrete way too much insulin. So when we need it, it's not functioning properly. We need to, if your goal is to lose weight with fasting, what you need to do is make sure you're keeping your instances of insulin secretion as low as possible. Your instances as low as possible. Thank you for the question. All right, I'm gonna get the next one in. Adrian is watching. Hello, Adrian, welcome in. I have a special surprise for this next one. I'm so excited for it. Hopefully, Ryan, was that a good response to your question? Let me know. Listen, I heard just this week that a Fast Willy fan out there watching me ate a Pop-Tart, frosting side down. Okay, she ate the Pop-Tart, frosting side down. Oh, girl. Your orientation is interesting. We're going to give it a shot. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about this. It's pretty good. I mean, at first when you hear that, you're like, that's crazy, frosting side down. But when you try it, like, it makes sense. You're putting the sweet frosting right on your tongue, and then you're biting into it. And then if you do the skillet part, then the hard part that hit the skillet's gonna be on top. I think we're getting onto something. I think we're getting onto a Fast Willy first. A Fast Willy Pop-Tart invention. Fried Pop-Tart in the skillet, then you eat the frosting side down. Sean says, who is next in your queue? I get it. That's a fantasy football question. You'll find out soon, bud. Megan says, I don't understand what is wrong with that. Adrian, I didn't see your tart Rex. Can you tell me what your tart Rex over here? Can you put these down? I'm going to grab some tongs real quick. All right. We're going to move on to the third Pop-Tart, which I've already said I'm excited about. I'll tell you why in just a minute. But if you're sitting at a computer, most of you are probably on a phone, but if you have the opportunity, I'm going to ask you a question. And I would like for you to close your eyes and put your fingers on the 1 and 2 buttons. And then answer the question with either a 1 or a 2, and then hit send, and then open your eyes. And we're going to take this as a blind poll and see what you all think, okay? So if you could, please, this is a very important question, please find a way, you don't have to close your eyes, just answer as quickly as possible so you don't see other people's answers. Are you ready? I'm going to ask the question in 5 seconds. Is a Pop-Tart a ravioli? 1, if a Pop-Tart is a ravioli. 2, if a Pop-Tart is not a ravioli. Take some time and think about it. It's an important question. I'm going to get this next Pop-Tart out while you're answering. Oh, yeah, I did this one a little bit extra. Oh, yeah. All right, open your eyes. We're back with an unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon. Now, if you're paying attention at home, the frosted brown sugar cinnamon is one of our leaders. But at the same time, I did not like the frosted strawberry compared to other fruit flavors. But I did like the unfrosted strawberry with butter on top. I discovered that on another YouTube channel comment section. Somebody said put butter on them. So we're gonna go brown sugar cinnamon unfrosted with butter on top. I think my mind's about to be blown, but we'll see. Real butter. Like, I'm not gonna stop on this. Real butter, please, for the love of God. If you're a Fast Willy fan, like, all I want you to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fast Willy on YouTube, and eat real butter. Specifically Plugra, because this stuff's the bomb. All right, we're gonna get to see, is this am I about to eat a ravioli or am I not gonna eat a ravioli? That's what I need to know. Like, what is this? All right. Ryan says ravioli. Chris says no ravioli. Maria says no ravioli. Bev says not a ravioli. Kieran says ravioli. Megan says not a ravioli. John says a ravioli. It's the first time me and John have ever agreed on anything. John says Pop-Tarts are a ravioli. Of course they're a ravioli. This is a delicacy filled with deliciousness. Like, how else would you describe a ravioli? John says a Pop-Tart equals an Uncrustable, but is an Uncrustable, like, we're just going to go down this path. Is an Uncrustable ravioli? Whoa. Ooh. 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 You gotta try this. You gotta try this. Oh my God. A Pop-Tart is more like a calzone. Is a calzone a ravioli? Like, is it all under one brand? So you have raviolis, then you have like calzones, then you have like the traditional Italian ravioli. Like, you can't say a pierogi's not a ravioli, can you? So like you have that over here. Uncrustables. I don't know. To me, it seems like a delicious breakfast ravioli. Kieran says it's a dumpling, not a ravioli. Is a dumpling a ravioli? Like, what makes a dumpling not a ravioli? I don't know. I haven't heard any good evidence to suggest that what I'm eating right now isn't a ravioli. I hear some stirring upstairs. I think Brenna's coming down. I hope he doesn't take her phone. Are fruit-filled donuts a ravioli? I don't think so, because like there are holes on the inside. Like you piped it in. You like bake the donut, then you pipe that in. Like this is baked in. Merriam-Webster, ravioli, small pasta envelopes containing ground meat, cheese, or vegetables. Is cinnamon a vegetable? All right, I'm gonna get the next flavor, and this is a winner. Spice. Yeah, I mean, cinnamon is a spice, but I mean, I don't know. I want to know, now that I put this butter on a second Pop-Tart, how many Fast Willy fans since the last mukbang have left butter out? I already know Ryan and Megan leave butter out. The Walshes leave butter out. Aunt Bev, Uncle Larry, and Miranda leave butter out. So already the smartest people watching right now are leaving butter out. I want to know if the rest are going to follow. Alright, I'm going to move on to my next slide, which is going to be back to educational, nutritional rant. High fiber, loaded with protein, made from real vegetables. Sick of going to the grocery store and seeing these things. Like we're being taken advantage of in the grocery store because they're just putting on these buzzwords on our foods. Like if it comes in a box but it says these things on it, it's probably not good for you. We've become so obsessed. There's a buzzword like every few years, like protein, fiber, just like, yeah, you need to get those things, but the places you should get them are not from things in boxes inside the grocery store that say high in fiber on them. If you want to get fiber, you should be eating sweet potatoes or oatmeal. Also, things like organic. I had a question, oh, if something says organic, does that mean it's healthy? Of course not. Like, things can be organic, things can be all natural, and that doesn't make them healthy. And I have an example for you. I would not consider a Pop-Tart simply to be a health food. But they're going to tell you, oh, this is healthier for you than the regular Pop-Tarts because it has no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors, no artificial colors. Like, if I'm giving a Pop-Tart a health score from 0 to 10, I'm giving it a 0. And I'm giving a Simply Pop-Tarts a 0. Like, I don't care if it doesn't have the high fructose corn syrup. It still has regular corn syrup, dextrose, inverted sugar, palm oil. And then they try to get you every single one of these boxes of Pop-Tarts. Oh, by the way, this is a Simply Orchard Apple Cinnamon Pop-Tart. It's actually pretty good for them trying to sell it as their health food. Where does it say it out here? What am I looking for? Maybe it's on another box. There we go. Right at the top of the nutrition label on these Pop-Tarts. Good source of 3 B vitamins. If you go to your PCP and she tells you you need to get more of these 3 specific B vitamins, I guarantee you she's not telling you you need to eat more Pop-Tarts. So I don't even know why they're allowed to even say like, oh, this is a good source of these B vitamins. Like, it's not, like, no, don't be trying to get your B vitamins from Pop-Tarts. Or from, I could go through my whole kitchen over here and just find stuff that has ridiculous sayings on it. Like, less fat. Usually, if it's in a box and has less fat, that means it has more sugar in it to keep it stable at room temperature for years at a time. Big Pop-Tart taking advantage of that's right. I'm looking at you, Mr. Kellogg. Yeah. Apple Orchard Pop-Tarts with apple juice. Pretty good. Like, realistically, in the end, we shouldn't be striving to like make Pop-Tarts fit in so we can get our whatever. We should be eating purposefully to make sure that we have a healthy body, not eating mindlessly. You should be thinking about it. Even this is purposeful. I'm trying to make something somewhat educational. I'm going to move on to more healthy foods here in the near future. But we should be thinking about what we're putting into our bodies, not trying to justify it by saying this is a good source of B vitamins. Like pastas in the grocery store, it's like green, it's like made with spinach. Like, it's still pasta, it still gets a 0 out of 10 on a health scale. It's not, like, that is not good for you. If you're buying that and feeling like I'm doing something better for my body because I'm buying this rather than just the regular Barilla, I'm buying the spinach Barilla or the, I don't even know what the other flavors are. There's like all kind of flavors now. Like, no, you're not doing anything better for your body. Just enjoy it. If you want the pasta, just enjoy the pasta. You don't like, I don't know why we're being taken advantage of like that. Just eat the real thing. Alright, I'm going to get my last flavor in, which I'm very excited about this one as well. It's chocolate. I'll tell you what it is when it comes up. There are so many more things that are more important about than like saying you get your 5 servings of vegetables or whatever it is. There's so many there's so many processes going on inside of your body at a time that we're just not even paying attention to. Like your gut microbiome, the lining of your intestines, like letting toxins in and out of your body. The more bullcrap you're putting into it, the more it's going to hurt the intestinal wall, the more you're going to let toxins and other things get into your body that aren't pure for you and aren't good for you. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop acting like just because something fits within our calorie limit, we should be eating it. Or just because we can have a diet soda, we should fit it in. Because that is going to do other damage to you. Even if it's not insulin, it's going to be doing other damage to you as well. Alright, 1 pack left. Here's my other thing about diet soda. It's been around forever. I know I was on this last time, but obesity's been going up since 1900. Diet Coke's been around for 40 or 50 years, and obesity keeps going up since then. If we know that it's 0 calories and it doesn't affect your weight gain, then why haven't people who switch from regular Coke to Diet Coke just lose those 300 or 400 calories of Coke they consume every day and just immediately lose all that weight? That should be a pound every 10 days. If you drink 3 Cokes and you switch it to Diet Coke, that should be a pound every 10 days. You do that for a year, you're down 30 pounds. Congratulations, you're healthy again. It doesn't work like that. Because there's other things that are going on inside of your body, and your body doesn't want to lose weight. It wants to be in homeostasis. All right. We are on to our fifth flavor of the day. Frosted chocolate cupcake. Frosted chocolate cupcake. Jason says correlation does not equal causation. Trust me, man, I understand that. I understand that whole concept, but at the same time, and there are a million things going on. I'm not just saying that it's the switch from Coke to Diet Coke isn't helping you. Like, we're the most health-obsessed country that ever lived, and we're the least healthy country that ever lived. It's crazy. Half of us think we know what we're doing, the other half think we're stupid, and this half thinks they know what they're doing, and this half thinks that they're stupid. I'm not pissed that he said that, John. Look, you're right. Correlation does not equal causation. It's impossible to get good studies done in this country because the food companies are paying for them. Fiona says, this one looks good! Exclamation point. This one is good! Exclamation point. I ain't lying. Alright. I'm on to my last Pop-Tart. So you know what time it is? It's time to rank those tarts. I'm going to bring up all the flavors, and I want you to tell me what you think the rankings will be. We started with a chocolate chip, we moved on to frosted raspberry, then we had unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon with butter, and then we had apple, simply orchard apple with cinnamon. It doesn't matter what you do in health, somebody's going to say correlation does not equal causation, because there's always going to be a study that says oh, what you just said isn't right. I don't care, I don't want to hear it. We're not even on the precipice of really studying real health. We're worried about the wrong things. We're still worried about calories. It's been proven time and time again that's not what it is. If calories were what mattered, we would have figured out the obesity epidemic years and years and years ago, especially with the artificial sweeteners. If they worked, if they worked and they were healthy for you, we wouldn't even have sugar anymore because people don't want to be obese. It doesn't even make sense to me. Also, don't get me wrong, I love Diet Coke. I grew up drinking it. It's my favorite soda. It's my favorite pop. But I'm not gonna say it's I'm not gonna sit up here and say it's healthy for you. It's not any better for you than regular Coke. It's probably not any worse for you than regular Coke. But it's not gonna help you lose weight. No way what, Judy? Well, Judy says, no way, calories in versus calories out. All right, Mom. So what you're saying is, Mom, what you're saying is, you know me to have been counting calories since I was 13 years old. And I'm just too lazy to finish the job. I would start and then stop. It wasn't willpower or anything like that. It was it was willpower. I didn't have the willpower to continue the fight of calories in versus calories out. We settled it. We got it figured out then. Everyone knows me, no willpower. Calories in, calories out, that's all the answer was for me my whole life, and I just couldn't close the deal until I was 30. Alright. Sorry about that. We're gonna rank these tarts. Alright. These were all good today. Honestly, every Pop-Tart was good. I have to go with the apple last, but not because I want to. Then I'm gonna go with the chocolate chip fourth to last, but it doesn't deserve fourth either. I'm gonna go with the raspberry third. No, that's not raspberry. That's raspberry third. I'm gonna go with the chocolate cupcake, and the brown sugar cinnamon with the butter on top is the winner. I can't wait to get into more calories in versus calories out discussions. You're going to see a lot of that on the Fast Track with John. We're going to debate calories in versus calories out and fasting and all kind of different health topics, mostly related to weight loss, but also some other ones as well. If you didn't catch it, yesterday I dropped 2 videos. One was a 10,000 calorie day of eating, and the second one was episode 2 of the Fast Track, which broke down my first 14 days of my 28-day challenge. Kieran says the GOAT. This might end up being the GOAT. We'll see. Maybe the finals will be brown sugar cinnamon versus brown sugar cinnamon unfrosted with butter. We'll see. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you could, please go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. Thank you so much for joining.